I sit down or do I stand up?
Well, you can sit down and stand up, but you wanna.
No, it's because usually when I get, I usually like, when I be giving my testimony, you know, I'll be on the stage, but I usually get in the crowd with the people because I don't feel like I'm.
All right, sit down.
It's like a thing when you just.
Yeah.
It's like.
I know. Yeah, you wanna humble yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying to humble myself.
There you go. Okay.
So, all right. So just to give you a background on me, I'm from Bakersfield, California. My name is Michael Adams, and I used to gangbang basically my whole life. Like for 20-something years, I was gangbanging, and in that, in the midst of that, I found God, and God told me to come to Sacramento. I came to Sacramento. I met moms and pops. And like Pops gave me some stuff that I can use that I've been using since I met him. And I mean, going around this country teaching, I mean, not actually teaching, just telling people what I've been through and what I've seen and how powerful God is. So since then, basically that's what. So at this time, like before I got shot on Father's Day, 2004. And okay, now like I said, I used to gangbang. So at this time, I was in tour with like my whole neighborhood. They had like shot my house up, my mom's house. One day I was at my next door neighbor's house. They knew I was over there. They came and shot my next door neighbor. I mean, it was just like nonstop, all kinds of stuff. So a week prior to Father's Day, I was at the store because I used to gangbang. We used to have our own club in our neighborhood, and we had the store that everybody goes and hangs out at the store first, you know, and goes to the club. So after all this is going on, all these shootings, all this stuff is going on. Me being, I was so prideful. I was right out there with it. Like I had one of my older homeboys telling me, like, you know, they're telling me they're gonna kill you. Like we're having big meetings about you. They're gonna kill you. Like, what are you still doing around here? And me being prideful, like I'm not going nowhere. I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. I got a gun. They got a gun. First one shoot wins. That's why I was ready for death. I mean, I was sold out to this thing seriously. So all this stuff is happening. So I'm at the store, and these guys that I actually knew for my whole life, like this one guy, he blocked my car in, and he knows my mom's name. Like he knows my sister. He knows my whole life. So it was crazy because so at that time, that's when it really set into me. I'm like, man, all this stuff, and I didn't. What happened was it wasn't. I didn't have nothing to do with it, but they just put my name in it, and so I had it. And then me being so prideful, I'm like, well, you know what's going on. So I'm at the store. This guy blocks me in, and when he blocks me in, I'm like melting because at this time, like we're having all these shootouts and all this stuff, but it's so this is how I say gangbanging is so stupid because we're having all these shootouts and all this. And at this time, and we're wearing ski masks, and I'm shooting at these guys that I grew up with. Like, I mean, what part of the gangbanging is this? So all this stuff is happening. All right, so I'm at the store, and when they pulled up in front of me, they blocked me in. So now I had a gun on me, and my friend that I was with had a gun on him, but I didn't want to pull my gun out because.
You move your car up. You blocking their job.
Okay, all right.
Because if I pull my gun out now, it's like out in the open. Because it's like 100 people outside, you know. So I'm gonna pull my gun out in front of everybody, so it's gonna be out. It's out in the open. It's not gonna be secretive no more. And then I had my other friend. He just got shot like 2 days before this in the club, and the guy who shot him, I seen him come on this side of my car to try to block me in on this side. So when I seen him, I knew I'm like they're gonna kill me. So I told my friend that I was with, I was like, hey, you see what's going on? Because if we sit out here for a couple more minutes, we're gonna die out here. So as we're sitting out there, they're blocking me in, and so I'm like, okay, I don't want to pull my gun out because now I'm gonna pull my gun out. But I was like, I'm not gonna just let them kill me. So I pulled my gun out. I was like, tell them to move. So they moved. All right. A week later is Father's Day. So this day I had this Father's Day, and I was a bad dude. So I sold drugs and everything. I did everything. So Father's Day, I had spent $500 on an outfit, and my friend came to pick me up, and he was like, I'm like, come on, man, we got to go through the neighborhood, man, because people got to see this outfit. Like, I didn't spend too much money, I got to see it. So he's like, no, you know, we're in tour with everybody. We're having, and the car that we're in, we can't have no guns in this car because the gang task see this car, they jack this car every time, so we can't have no guns in this car. But I'm still like, I don't care. Like, I have to be seen. Like, I didn't spend all this money on this outfit. Somebody has to see this outfit. So he's like, I don't feel it. I have a bad feeling about this. But he's like quoting with my little homeboy. So I coached him into taking, like, come on. So we're going. Now we're going to the same store last week. Remember they blocked me in at. We're heading up to the store. I can see the store, and I see him as we're driving. I see him like patting his foot on the gas. So I was like, what is you doing? He said, we ran out of gas. I was like, what you mean we ran out of gas? You're like $1 million dude. Like, how are you running out of gas? And he's like, we ran out of gas. So I was like, well, don't go to that store because this is Friday night. It's Father's Day. It's like 11:45 in the night. We don't have no guns. Everybody out there at that store, they're going to be there. They're going to kill us this time. We're not going to make it. So I'm like, turn around. Go to the store that was like one of my enemy's neighborhood, in my enemy neighborhood. But I was like, go over there. I'll take my chances over there because I know we're dead over here. And he was like, no, we're not going to make it. We're already coasting. So I'm looking out the window and I can see the store. So I see the store and I see nobody's there. So we coast in because I was like, go to the, he was like, no, we're already coasting. So we coast into the store. And as soon as we get to the store, I jump out of the car, I run in, I put $15 on number 5, come back outside, pump the gas. So I pump the gas. So I pump the gas. So, okay, start the car. And the car won't start. But he has an old school car. Now, you know, when you run the gas in old school cars, you got to put gas in the carburetor. So I was like, I go back in the store. Like, I know the store owner's name is Ali. Go back in the store. Ali, give me like 50 cents on number 5 so I can pump this gas. Now, this whole time, nobody's at the store. So as soon as we pull up, I knew something was dead. I can feel it in my spirit. Something was dead wrong. It should be 100 people out here. There's literally no one here. Nobody. So that's why I'm running, because I can feel it in my spirit. Something's dead wrong. Something's wrong. So I go in there, 50 cents, come back outside. Now I open the garage. Open the hood to the car, take the carburetor cap off, and I get the gas pump, and I squeeze the gas pump on it, and it just makes a noise. It's not pumping no gas. I just pumped $15 like 30 seconds ago. So I run back, but now, so this is already, I feel something was wrong. So this is already like a seed. So I go back in there and give me 50 cents on number 4. Come back outside, get the gas pump to the carburetor. It's not working. Run back inside. Number 3, come back outside. Go back inside. Number 2. So now we started at number 5 and now we're on number 2. So we had to pull the car up. So when we pull the car up, I remember getting the gas pump. And I remember as soon as I grabbed the gas pump and I started going to the carburetor, everything started going in slow motion. So I get the gas pump, I remember putting it into the gas pump and I squeezed it. And I can literally see the gas bubbles going into the carburetor, like real slow. So I'm looking at him going in the carburetor, and I look up because he's sitting in the car. He has like his hand in the car, and he's looking at me. So tell him to start the car. And when I see that, I look up at him and I see his face go, and he starts to run this way. Boom, 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 like right in my ear. So I start running. I'm like running behind him. So it felt like I ran a long ways, but I ran like from here to you. So, because I was already getting shot. By the time I heard the shots, I was already getting shot, but I just didn't feel it.
Using the spirit.
Yeah. So, but everything is going in slow motion still. So as I'm running, I remember I'm falling forward, and I can see the guy running on the side of me, and I just see like the silhouette of him, and I can see his hand out, and I can see the fire coming out the gun. Boom, boom, boom. He's still shooting at my friend. So I'm gonna hit the ground. Bam, hit my face, and I was so sold out to the devil. The first thing I did. I gave the guy props for doing what he did. That was the first thing I said. I said, you did it right. You caught me slipping. Like, this is how you do it. Like, that was how sold out I was. Like, that was the first thing that came to my mind. Like, yeah, you did a good job. Like, you got me. You shot me, you shot my homeboy. That's the way to do it. So I'm laying on my face, and my ears are ringing real loud. And I remember, so I'm just talking to him. I'm talking kind of loud because I'm trying to keep myself calm. So I'm just telling myself, Mike, just talk to yourself. Keep yourself calm. So I'm talking to myself, and I'm looking at the store, and I remember I'm looking at the store, and I'm talking to myself, and all of a sudden I get this feeling, and you guys know what it is when you get it. It's death. You know it. You know, like you know your name. So I said, Mike, I'm talking to myself. I was like, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. And all of a sudden I was like, Mike, you're not gonna be okay. You're gonna die. This is how it feels to die. And I remember as soon as I said, this is how it feels to die, I'm looking at the store because I'm laying on my face and I'm paralyzed. And I'm looking at the store, and I remember I said, this is how it feels to die. And I blinked my eyes. And when I opened my eyes, I wasn't at the store no more. Now, it was like I was in a desert, and I could see these mountaintops. And it was like at dusk. And I remember I seen the sun, and it was coming down, not real fast, but at a steady pace. And I knew, like my name was Michael Adams, I knew if that sun went behind the mountains without me asking God for forgiveness, I was going to hell. I knew it. Wow. So I'm looking at the sun, and I get this feeling, and it seem like at the same time, I can't tell you if I'm standing or what, but I remember I just looked to my right, and I seen this, like if oil could float, that's what it looked like. It was like a cloud of floating oil. Like, it was just like the darkest thing you could ever imagine. And I remember seeing that thing, and all of a sudden, when I seen that, I got these feelings, and I can't explain them. But the only way I try to explain it is like this. Just imagine everyone that you truly loved in your life, like everyone that your kids, your grandparents, parents, everyone you truly love. Just imagine all of them dying at the same time. That's what it felt like. That was like 1% of what it felt like. So I'm asking God, like, God, what was that I seen? What was that I seen? What was that I seen? And he told me, he said, what you seen is a place that I'm not at, because I'm not in hell. So when I seen this, and I get them feelings, now at this time, I didn't even believe in God. You say anything to me about God, we're going to argue. We're going to get into it if you say anything to me about God. But when I seen that, and I seen that cloud, I started praying. I remember I started praying because I knew if that sun was going behind it without me asking. So I don't remember what I said, but I remember asking God. I just remember asking God to forgive me for my sins. And if I gotta die, then please let me come to heaven. So I remember I'm praying. I'm trying to pray real fast because the sun is going down. I'm praying. In the name of Jesus, amen. The sun goes behind the mountains. So the sun goes behind the mountains. So it's like I was in darkness for a second. And it's just like if we was to sit here and the lights was off and somebody just turned the light on. Now I'm back at the store. And I can see, but I'm still on my face, I can see the yellow tape now. I see yellow tape, and I hear the police scanners. I hear their scanners going, clicking on, click, and they say, DOA. I said, DOA? I'm not dead, but I can't move. I can't move. So I prayed again. I said, Lord, give me enough strength so I can turn over so these people can see I'm not dead. In the name of Jesus, amen. My arms started moving. I was on my face. I turn over. When I turn over, I'm on my back, and there was a man standing right on the side of me. And it's crazy because the yellow tape was bigger than this room, but this man is standing right next to me. So it kind of scared me. So when I turned around, like, where'd you come from? He was like, you're not dead. I was like, no, I'm not dead. I'm shot. And he was like, and at this time, this would have the walkie-talkie phones, and my phone used to hook to my belt, like it would not come off for nothing. I remember just touching I just touched it. He said, you got a phone? Because the police are literally probably like a block away. They was waiting on the corner. So he was like, I give him my phone. He called the ambulance, set the phone on my chest, and he was gone. Now, then the ambulance come. So now when the ambulance came, I hear my ex-wife. I can hear her voice saying, "I know that's not me on the ground. I know that's not me on the ground." So she said she seen my friend's car and she seen the yellow tape around it. So she was coming to the scene. So I can hear her saying, "I know that's not me on the ground." So when she coming through the crowd, because she said she seen my arm on the ground, so she coming through the crowd, and when I see her, and God says He'll give us a peace that surpasses all understanding.
Yes, Lord.
I have that peace. I had that peace. I was literally like this, laying on the floor with my hands behind my head. She comes to the yellow tape, and I said, "Go, I'm good. Go on, I'm all right." And she's going crazy. I'm like, "Oh, I'm all right."
How many times was you shot?
6. I got shot in the head, in the chest, 3 times on my back and my leg at point blank range. But this is the kicker part. Okay, so they get me in the ambulance. I'm there. I constantly say, "Put me to sleep," because I was in so much pain. Because at first I had that peace, and I was cool, but that only lasts for maybe about a good 30 seconds, and then the pain hit. Ooh. And I know you heard that you can die of pain. That is not a lie. I was in so much pain. I wanted to jump out of my body. So I'm telling the ambulance lady, "Put me to sleep. Put me to sleep. Put me to sleep." I just kept saying it. And they're doing all kinds of stuff. Are you allergic to anything? I'm like, "I'm allergic to nothing. Put me to sleep. Like, get me out of here." So she was like, "Wait, we gotta, we're doing all this, checking all this." They're doing all this stuff, and I remember they poked a tube in my side. I didn't even feel nothing. But she was like, "Quit talking. Your lungs are filling with blood. You're gonna suffocate." So I just kept saying it over and over. "Put me to sleep. Put me to sleep. Put me to sleep." They finally put that mask on my face. I woke up 3 days later. And now when I woke up, it was just like this. But there was a lot of people in my room. So I'm sitting up in my bed. And my mom said, now, I used to argue with my mom the most because she was the praying mom. So I used to argue with her the most. And she said, before I opened my eyes, I said, "Mom, God saved me." So she just went crazy because here I never talk about it. This she knows is real. So as I get up, I wake up. I'm looking at it, and my surgeon was standing right there. And so he was like, man, he said, man, I just can't, he said, I just can't, he said, you died like 3 times on the table, but he said, you wouldn't stay dead. You just kept coming, you kept coming back. So then pride jumps back up. I'm like, yeah, can't nobody kill me. I'm like, can't nobody kill me. I'm a die harder. And he looked me dead in my eyes and he said, no, you are a miracle. So, okay, so now at this time I'm in the hospital. This is the kicker part. I'm in the hospital for 8 days. I remember one day I was sitting in my bed and I was messing with the back of my head and it was dried up blood. So I'm like, dried up blood. I fell on my face. I didn't fall backwards. So my mom was like, well, you know, the guy's going around town saying that he shot you in the head. And I was like, well, can you see anything? And she's like, I don't see nothing because your hair's so long. I can't see nothing. But the guy's going around saying he shot you in the head. So he tell the doctor, like, could you get my son checked out? And he was like, oh, it's impossible. It's impossible. He's been here this many days. He's passed all these tests. It's impossible. It's impossible. So he tells me, Mr. Adams, what you want us to do? I'm like, man, get me checked out, man. Make sure I'm cool. So he's like, all right, I'll order the test and we'll come get you later on. So they come get me, take me in and put me in that white machine. And they come to put me back in my room. And now I have my room set up. I'm like, here's my bed right here. Every time I hear that elevator, boom, I'm on it. Because I just know these dudes are going to come back and kill me in this hospital. So I want to see it coming. So I hear it. I'm laying on my bed later on that day. I hear the boom, and I see 2 doctors walk out. Then they sprint. They sprint, run in my room. And then with the one doctor, he had the x-rays in his hand. He was like, pardon my French, Mr. Adams. Are you effing Superman? I said, what are you talking about? He said, you have a bullet in your head. I was like, what? He's like, you have a bullet. He said, I've been a doctor for 35 years. I've never seen nothing like this in my life. He said, a bullet went in your head, it cracked your skull, it touched your brain, and just stopped.
Wow.
I said, man, that's God.
That is God. In the name of Jesus.
And I go around this country to tell that story, to tell people that God can save anyone. If he gets, to me, I was the foulest man alive. And he saved me from death, like literally came to hell and bring me out. Wow. And now look, now here it is. I thank him for not seeing me what I was back then, for seeing me what I am now.
Amen.
And I just thank the Lord. And I don't know what to say no more. Just all I can do is thank the Lord. That's all I can do. It's like, it's crazy. Like when you can't do nothing because what can we do? He said our works are rags. So
come on.
It's like, what can we do? But it's praise him. That's it. And he's worthy of it. I mean, yes. And it was crazy because I was just talking about to these dudes the other day, and he was talking about the people who don't get to go to heaven. And I was like, it's sad, but when you know it's you, when you know who you was, and you know that God saved you, you're just thankful it's you.
Yes.
You're just thankful it's you. And I'm sorry, but I'm just thankful he saved me.
Yes, Lord. Amen. Hallelujah. Glory to God.
Yes. Listen to me.
So now you decide to leave Bakersfield because you knew then that it was better for you to leave. Yeah. So.
Actually, I called because at the time I was fighting with it because God kept telling me this whole time, I need you to go back to them same dudes that you was. I need you to go minister to them dudes. And I was like Moses, I don't even know the word. I can't do this. No one's gonna believe me. No. I just kept shutting it down. And then, so at this time now, pride. Now I know God is real, but pride is so thick with me. I'm right back in the neighborhood because now I got to show everybody I'm not scared. Because I got shot by one of my homeboys. Like this dude used to come to my house every day, so I got to show everybody I'm not scared. So now I'm in the hood. I'm in the neighborhood every day now, just to show I'm not scared. But so in the mix of this, I caught a case and I almost got 50 years just for being with some people. And me like a stupid, I'm about to go to prison because I'm with these dumb politics, like not telling on nothing. So I'm about to go to prison, and literally our second court date, they said they're dropping everything. And I was like, Lord, what do you want me to do? I know this. What do you want me to do? And he said, move to Sacramento. I didn't know anyone out here. He said, move to Sacramento. I bring my family out here, and it's been on ever since. I just been meeting, man. God is great. That's all I can say.
Hallelujah. Yes. And Mike, how long were you dead?
For an hour.
What? Hey.
Yeah, because I went back to the store. I went to Ali because I was asking him who was the black man because to me he was the one who saved me. I'm like, he's the one who called the ambulance. So I'm like, usually the store men, they be knowing the people who come to their stores. So I was like, Ali, who was the black dude who called the ambulance for me? He was like, what you talking about, man? He was like, I'm like, man, it was a black dude. He was standing right next to me. He's the one who called. He's like, man, I was here in the store the whole time. I seen him. He said, I seen the dude come from behind you. He shoot you. He chased your friend. He was shooting at him. He said you was on the ground for like almost an hour. And he said they said that you were dead. And they was waiting for the coroner. And he said like almost about an hour went by, and you just turned over. He's like, there was nobody nearby. I was like, yes, there was. He's like, man, you tripping. He was like, you tripping. You got shot in the head, man. You tripping. I'm like, man, it was. But it was crazy. No one seen him. No one seen him but my ex-wife.
Wow.
My ex-wife seen him.
That was an angel.
Yeah.
And one more thing, before you got saved, what did you believe in? Like, what was your belief? Like, were you atheist?
I didn't believe it was no. I mean, it was just, I believed in God, but like I tell people this. If I say I believe everybody believes in God, but the reason why they say they don't is because if you believe in God, you have to live by a standard now.
There it is.
So if you don't want to live by no standards, you'll just say I don't believe in anything. So I think that's what I was. I just didn't want. I want to live by my own rules.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look, can I ask you a question? The guy that shot you, whatever happened between him and you?
Well, actually, I seen him. I seen him a lot. I seen him. I forgave him. I seen him in the store, and when he seen me, he thought I was gonna kill him because I was with all the stupid stuff. So when he seen me, he thought I was gonna kill him, and I'll tell him, he was like in shock, and I told him, brother, I love you because God used you. He could have used anyone. He used you. So it's something about you. Yeah. So God used you to really shoot some sense into me. So I mean.
Hallelujah.
And I told him, I forgive you, brother, and if something was to happen to you, I would cry. Like, literally, I would be hurt like if you really killed one of my brothers. Like, I'm like, so, you know, and I hope you, because the person he is, like, he can lead, if people see, if you believe in Christ, you can bring a lot of people to Christ because the dude that you was, like, he's a known killer. Like, you're a serial killer. So, for real, like, you're a serial killer. Like, you kill a lot of people.
Did that bring him to Christ?
No, but I think he knows it's something different. He ain't. You never heard of nothing like this. Who gets shot by? I try to murder you, and here you come telling me thank you. Like I forgive you for trying to. I forgive you. I love you. You're like you're my brother. If you need anything, call me.
That was a witness right there.
Yeah. So he knows God is real.
Yeah.
Amen.
He knows God is real because he knows what he tried to do. He shot me. He thought he killed me. So he knows. If anybody don't know, he knows God is real.
Amen.
So you moved to Sacramento with your family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you decided to come out and you decided to start ministry. You wanted to find the fellowship, right?
Yeah.
So what did you do?
So actually, like it was it was crazy because like on Saturdays, me and my wife and kids, we used to go knock on people's doors and ask them if they need prayer, and stuff like that. So I never seen a Christian do that. So I remember we was in the Thomas. And we went to, I remember their house was the last house. I wasn't going to go to their house. I was going to go to the house across the street. But it was just closer. So it was just closer. And I was ready to go. So I'm like, come on, we're going to go to this house right here. And we go, so we knocked on the door. His dad, John, answered the door. But it was funny because I remember we looked out the window because in the Thomas, that day I didn't know there was any black people who lived there because I'm not from Sacramento. So I didn't know any black people lived in the Thomas. So I was like, we ain't. So when I was like, hey, it's a black person. I was like, somebody black. So I remember he opened the door and he was like, we was talking and I was like, you need a prayer, and he was like, what are you, you guys, Jehovah's Witnesses or something? I'm like, nah, we Christians. Like, Christian? I'm like, nah, we Christians. And I remember he was like, what? And he walked, he was like, come in, and he walked away. He left the door, but he walked away, and he walked into the house, and I looked at my wife and I was like, black people just don't tell other people to come in the house. Like, this is weird. I don't know what type of setup this is.
It's a setup, right?
But we went. I went in. I think we fellowship maybe like 4 or 5 hours.
And I remember that.
Yeah. We went to dinner that night, and then so I started fellowshipping with John one time. But then one day he was like, I want to meet you. I want you to come meet moms and pops. And I met them. And my life changed. Yes, because I didn't think it was. Even seeing, I didn't think it was no real Christians. Tell you the truth, I didn't think, even though I might be around, but I didn't think, I didn't think until I met them, and then I seen it's true Christians around here who really love and who really, because they didn't know me. And me and my wife we split up, and Pops was like, because I'm like, well, I'm about to go back to Bakersfield, and Pops was like, I can't see that. I can't see you go back to where you just came from. All that stuff is waiting there still for you. And it's like, come stay with me. and I did.
Praise
I
God.
learned some of this that I mean I teach my kids, and I've been teaching it. I've been teaching what Pops. What he taught me, I'm trying to, I'm giving it away.
Yes, Lord.
Praise Jesus.
Okay, let's give the Lord a hand clap for Now, I had him to do that last part.
Oh, I know what I meant, that your friend that got shot. Yeah, did he?
No, he actually didn't get shot. No, he got hit by a car.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know how, because the guy was like literally from here to here. I don't know how he didn't get shot, but yeah,
Yeah.
God
But he
is,
made it.
yeah, he made it. Yeah, he made it. Yeah,
So there is no such thing. You have family all over the world.
Yes, you do.
You have people, and it's sad, but I have to say this. What make it so? How many know this is the church? We are the temple.
Amen.
We are.
Of
Yes,
the living
Lord.
God.
Satan confused a lot of the human minds as to thinking that you have to be behind four walls with a establishing government body that tells you what to do, when to do. Don't eat at other people's tables. I mean, think you heard that. But how many know we have family all over the world?
Yes, we do.
Amen.
I have been all over the world, but the Lord has blessed us to go to a lot of places. And it's just like the Lord sent him to us, many people we might run across, just like we've been on it for for years. How many know we're talking about?
Amen.
Cassandra was one. I seen something in her when we got a chance